Are you in need of some fall decor? Well, look no further than a really easy pumpkin pillow. They come in all varieties just like pumpkins do. So let's get started. I am upcycling this really fun little fuzzy knit vest. For now, I am going to measure the biggest amount that I can get out of this in a rectangle form. I'm going to mark it out with my pins. And then I'm going to cut. So as you can see, it's all cut and we can move on to the front. If you're like me and doing a patchwork pumpkin, go ahead and pin your patches together and sew them up. And with your patches together, go ahead and add it on to the main piece. With your big old piece of fabric together, you can go ahead and fold them in half and then go ahead and sew down the long end. We are actually going to just do a nice long running or basting stitch along one of the edges and then gather it all together. If you finish doing your basting stitch all the way around, go ahead and make sure your thread's on the inside and that you still have the inside facing out, and go ahead and pull. Now this may be pretty thick if you have a thicker fabric, but if you're like me and you don't really trust this, you might be able to try and just tack it with some of your thread that you're using. And if your fabric's thin, you might be able to actually go ahead and secure it with your sewing machine. And once that end is secure, you can go ahead and turn your right side back out, and then you can get ready to use whatever fill you have. Once you have your fill of choice, you can go ahead and start filling up your pillow to the amount of fullness that you want. I'll be doing scraps and fiber fill because it turns out that I didn't have enough scraps to actually fill up the size of pillow that I have. So I will be combining the two. You can really find this fiber fill at pretty much any craft store. I got this from Michael's. No hard feelings if that's the only thing that you can get. If you actually know of a place where you can get recycled fiber fill, that would be great. Leave it in the comments so we can have some great resources going for sustainability. If you're using fiber fill, just go ahead and get your chunks and then go ahead and put in. Very simple. And don't be afraid to overstuff your pillow as the filling definitely condenses over the years. So you're just going to do that running stitch around the edge, pull it through with a knot on the end. Okay, and then you just do that all the way around. Once you go around the circle, just go ahead and pull on the thread and it will gather around, and then you can push any of the extra fabric to the inside. Just make sure that the end that you knotted for your hand sewing is a very thick knot so it doesn't keep ripping through the fabric when you try and pull it closed. And once you have it to a size that you don't mind, go ahead and tack it a little extra so the gathering stays in place. Once you're done with all that gathering, you are all set with your pumpkin pillow. However, if you don't have a rib fabric like me that has the natural ribs that kind of look like a pumpkin, you can go ahead and use some embroidery thread so it's nice and thick and creates a nice detail. And you can actually run the thread through on the outside and you can have it kind of squish and condense and create those pumpkin-like sections. I certainly enjoy my new pillow, so I'll be adding it to my new living room. However, I can certainly see it floating around the house as needed, as again, it's a pillow. Let me know if you end up trying out this DIY and tag me on Instagram or Facebook so I can see all of your wonderful creations. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll be seeing you here in the next video. Bye! And then stuff the, ooh, but don't let it break.